Good morning, Sun City residents. Full disclosure, this is going to be an editorial piece. This is my opinion only, but it affects you in a number of ways. As you may have seen in a previous video from the Showa meeting, the APS, Arizona Public Service, which supplies electricity, is going to be asking for a 14% or so increase in rates. That's 2 years after they asked for an 8.5% increase. Now, part of the problem here with these increasing rates by utility companies lies with the Arizona Corporation Commission. And I believe the ACC is violating its own mission when considering rate increases by utilities. Part of their mission is to ensure Arizona residents have access to safe, reliable, and affordable utility services. Now, safe and reliable, I got it. Affordable, not with continuing rate increases, and especially not with double-digit rate increases. I understand the need to keep up with inflation, but inflation isn't at 14% or 8.5% 2 years ago. Another part of their mission is to ensure public utilities operate fairly and transparently. Okay, fairly and transparently. The ACC came up with these formulas for utilities to request rate increases. It pretty much eliminates any public input in the process. That's not fair, and it's not transparent. Now let's look at why these companies are looking for these rate increases. Yes, prices do go up. They very rarely go down. But anybody who's had any dealings or any kind of access to these kind of organizations, any organization that employs people, 80% or so of the cost is for personnel. 80% of the cost is for personnel. So let's look at some of the top people in these utilities of ours, not just APS, but Southwest Gas and EPCOR Water. According to my internet research, the APS CEO has a salary of $793,461, plus a compensation package of about $239,662. Now that's roughly over $1 million for 1 year. Okay. The EPCOR CEO, and remember EPCOR is based in Canada. The EPCOR CEO's total salary and compensation package is approximately $2,226,209 as of 2020. That's 5 years ago. And I'm sure there's been raises since then. Here's the part that just flabbergasts me. According to this internet research I did, the Southwest Gas CEO has a total salary and compensation package of $8.15 million. That's like professional athlete money. And I don't believe any of them deserve that kind of salary either. Okay, let's say that's an error, that this CEO is not getting $8.15 million. Okay, in 2024, the total salary and compensation package was $2,296,635. Now, I have a hard time believing that CEOs of these companies need that kind of a salary to live on. Oh, yeah, they're going to argue that, oh, they're overseeing such a large company and they have great responsibility. Okay? Sure, they do. But to the tune of $2.2 million, or in a fantasy world, $8.15 million, $2.2 million for EPCOR, and over $1 million for APS. I doubt it. You know, I go back to another thing I saw on the internet. And if it was on the internet, it's got to be true. I say with a little sarcasm. Odell Beckham Jr., a receiver in the NFL, is crying and moaning about struggling to live on a $10 million contract. Struggling to live on a $10 million contract. Now, are these CEOs making the same claim that they can't live unless they get millions of dollars a year? If they can't, they're not very bright in handling their money. Again, this is my opinion only. It's going to affect you because APS is asking for their rate increase, and if they get it or get something even close, you know, EPCOR and Southwest Gas are going to follow. And if they follow that ACC formula, there's going to be virtually no public input, no town halls as we've seen in the past. So I think there needs to be a reworking of the ACC. It should be working for the consumers, not the corporations.